It's Stefan Pape from Hey You Guys. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks. I loved the movie. I can only imagine that, growing up, you would have sort of idolized actresses like Michelle Yeoh, who's such a sort of inspiration to so many sort of young, budding actors and people sort of growing up. What was it like sharing scenes with someone like that? And what's more, I even saw you posted a picture on Instagram of yourself with her and Sandra Oh, which the internet went mad for. That must have been a fun night
Yeah,
as well.
that was extremely fun. I mean, it's such a pleasure always just be in the presence of Michelle Yeoh. We did Crazy Rich Asians together. So, but I really didn't. I felt even nervous to approach. But she's very warm in real life, and we become friends. And in this movie, it's just always to work with people that you've watched growing up, and especially her, someone that really has taken on only really, really like strong female roles her entire career that really have influenced me as growing up. So yeah, it's an honor.
Hmm. Did you guys shoot on location in Macau when were you able to?
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to shoot in Macau, but yeah.
I was just going to ask, because I went there a couple of years ago, and I just wanted if you tried their national dish, pork chop in a bun, which is literally just a pork chop in a bun. It's the best thing ever.
Oh, sounds delicious. I want that right now. Yeah.
But your character in this is brilliant, and she kind of it sort of subverts the expectations of the best friend in a superhero film because you've got so much to do, and what's more, the character has a lot of responsibility with high stakes. And I love the fact that a center of this film is a platonic friendship, which you rarely see. You must have just been a joy to get this part and take on this role.
Yeah, it was definitely a joy because I think it feels fun. And the cast was great, and yeah, I definitely enjoyed myself.
So obviously, you mentioned sort of Crazy Rich Asians in this, and you starred in sort of few films that feel like they really kind of explore and celebrate kind of Asian culture and the Asian American experience. I was wondering if by making these movies and playing these roles, if it's brought you even closer to your own heritage and background.
Yeah, it definitely has. I think, since filming Crazy Rich Asians and then like The Farewell, every movie I think definitely does kind of teach me more about myself and about my peers, having a sense of community with every cast and every person that you meet. Yeah, it's really special. And these movies that do celebrate the Asian experience, I think they're just I think they're good for the culture. They're just good.
I mean, you've had this incredible sort of couple of years, which is richly deserved. Have you had the chance yet to just kind of stop and take a breather and take it all in?
I try to, I think it goes, you sometimes you have to really take a breath and just realize where the time's gone and what's been happening. But yeah, I feel good.
Yeah. So my final question was obviously these stories that you mentioned are so important and brilliant, and I love these films that you'd be making. I just wondered if with the pride that comes from telling these stories that do put sort of Asians and Asian Americans at the front and center of kind of superhero movies and make them give them superpowers. Is there a kind of sense of responsibility that comes with telling these stories? Because obviously on one hand it's amazing and makes you feel very proud, but I guess being the first, so to speak, does come with a slight element of pressure.
Of course, yeah. The first will always have to, learn things the hard way and go through things that, but I think all for a good reason. I think as artists, as individuals, you don't want to admit that there's a responsibility, but there is, and there will always be. So by doing that, I think as storytellers, we want to make sure that we're telling stories as authentically as possible, and ones that I think will inspire there to be more.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time. I thought the film was absolutely brilliant. So good luck with the release.
Great. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys.
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey,